Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sogdian series of Imperator Invictus, in which, oh my god, if you've seen the previous episode from a couple of days ago, it was one of the most chaotic, action-heavy, and deadliest series of wars that Sogdia had to face. And it was so deadly, in fact, that we ran out of manpower reserves for that because of, the size it was. It wasn't against any large empire, but rather invasions. But as you can see right now, the war was so costly that this territory here has been depopulated. Nobody lives up in this mountain pass. And this is part of the province here, and a part of it that expanded down there, where it was due to these Sackans that we dealt with, these Saccan invaders. And subsequently, we also fought against the UZ, which we're still fighting against them, which were doing what we would call mop-up operations, so we can take this one last fort that they still hold, then we can get this and this and that, because the only way to eliminate them off the map is to liberate all these territories. And then now there's a provincial rebellion of Transoxus, which this man here has rebelled against us. But to be fair, he has every right to rebel against us, because this is one of the more neglected regions of Sogdiana. No, Bactriana, that's part of it. But many Sogdians live there, so this was the part that we cared about the least. And there's these Saccan population that popped up there, which we've drove them out now. So, again, it was a mess that I am not particularly proud of. Well, it happened. And as we stated before, we have exhausted our manpower. Need 10,000 men to reach for all of them, including the levies. But thankfully, during this whole period, we've had military reforms. That event that occurred some time ago. Where is it? Which that will expire in a couple more years, so we were fortunate that these military reforms, which is also one of the reasons why there's going to be more provincial rebellions to come. People are not happy about these sweeping changes that we made to the modernization process for our army, for our military. But at least we recovered the manpower faster than before, and the morale of armies up, which is why we dealt with these invaders. I mean, it was a struggle, but we are winning at the moment, though at great cost. And this is going to plague us for the next decade or two, once this is all over. Especially with provincial rebellions, which that'll be the job for the army. Again, it's just a part of a thing that I am not particularly proud of, but it's just something had happened, and I'm not happy about that. But for now, our army is going to be taking down this fort pretty soon. It'll surrender to us, while our allies, wherever they may go, will deal with the remnant of the UG armies to take this and that. And we hope we don't depopulate them too much. While meanwhile, our armies are on their way to defeat the rebellious Transoxus. Which is something that's going to occur frequently. these rebellions. And also we have so much money because we were too focused on the wars. We have so much money and gained so much despite these extraordinary circumstances. Now we better start making investments. Especially in the cities that we recently captured before the outbreak of this madness. This is for provincial loyalty and happiness. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I just like to keep this here. This also definitely deserves a great temple. Because provincial loyalty. Even though this does more to that job. Hey, the higher the civilization level, the more happiness there is, so give me a great temple. Be spending like a sailor with these types of buildings. Give me another quarter wall. Shilla, you've grown. Even though I've been encouraging migrations there. This also needs that. Wow. Local. That needs something. Let me look. Find it. Build a reservoir here. Bacteria is also taking quite a bit of issue down here that also needs to be dealt with. Couple of happy citizens will do. I mean, that's something the country needs. You need a lot more courts of laws. So that'll be it for this time. So as we will be entering the 10th minute, I mean, I was going to spend the money on mercenaries, but if I wanted mercenaries, like say here locally, that'll cost you, and we can definitely maintain any mercenary that you hire, but there's no reason for that because this is not a national emergency. We got this taken care of. We'll take care of this rebellion, and then we'll take care of the remnants of the UG right now. And then once they are both dealt with, we're finally going to retire these levies, and that'll be the end of this madness. on, surrender. Nope. Transoxus has expanded. The rebellion has grown. Okay, that's a little bigger than I imagined because Bactria has joined, and so does. Well, actually, that's all mountains. So Paramisade, Bactria, and Transoxus took part of that rebellion. I originally thought this was going to be localized, but looks like that will not be the case. But it doesn't appear anywhere else, so rebellion has spread. And we see those responsible. And they're no doubt going to begin a siege to Bactra. Although very small numbers, but assume more. %. Come on, surrender already. Their first legion, but it's only heavy cavalry. We'll take this down in a hurry. Lately, our king and knight that's come to conflict with Mahak had every turn and decision. The Europeans persistently clashing. If one of them says south, the other will probably say north. If one wants to trade in a neighbor, the other will argue for war. This constant bickering is ruining whatever authority the knight that used to have. The atmosphere at Samarkand is at a breaking point. He's the governor of Bactriana. Oh, we do not want to worsen the situation. I was like, fine, have your will then. I'm sure they're going to gather the rest out there somewhere. This thing will most definitely surrender. But each time they're going to keep doing that, it's going to add up to the war exhaustion towards us. We're all moving up. Come on. Put your backs to it. Please be gentle with the looting. Our people live there. We'll remain in our position. Capture this area, you morons. If you want them gone, we'll get them gone. So we'll take the capital of the rebellion, and then we will have to take this part here. Because apparently I have neglected to build a fort there, so that's why the rebellion spread like that, because there were no forts there. Oh boy. little bit of heavy cavalry discipline wouldn't hurt. We're moving up, come on. We're gonna go kill these bastards. And liberate these territories and subsequently we will have them rid of for good. Hopefully. Alright, we took the capital of the rebellion. So now retake that city down there. Long periods of conflict can have a significant effect on soldiers, and awareness of our own troops growing day by day. The forces commanded by Nanai are taking the situation particularly badly, grumbling and cursing with fights breaking out regularly. Perhaps there's something we could do to help. For just 2 more years, and then we'll have this rebellion done. So my troops will be having threat of punishment, so we'll add more discipline and armor morale recovery. So remind them of what happens to disloyal troops, especially under my watch. Because I do not value incompetence in my army. Won't be able to catch them in time. Wherever they may go, we'll go in after them. Even though the numbers are smaller than before. You come with me. We're going to chase them down while you lot will be to recapture those areas in any way you can. Okay? All we have to do is just liberate these territories there, then we'll be grand. They done took it. This is why we're having a hard time trying to catch them. And we will. Well, maybe not. They're gonna keep getting away from us. Sheer grandeur attack still attracts travelers from all over the region. It's not uncommon a vacation here in that the large numbers use as their destination to revel glory and wonder. A little free manpower. Screwed up, I know. I think we're gonna get them cornered. Realized it just now. Just retake Suyab, then Al Shagun, and then we'll have them surrounded. Retake this real quick. Hey! Get him. They're going that way. Retake this herd and you're gonna come in that way. Yeah, we got him surrounded. your last stand. For that army anyhow. We'll defeat him out there. Pick the right tactic for the job. We got them all. Now head that there real quick. Gotcha. Now we gotta go back to religious events. I remember what I was supposed to do next. So this was the last one we got. Allow selection of Roman observation group. In fact, this is also to reduce the building cost. Get a couple more innovations that we'll have. Cost less to found cities. That's good. And then have to go that way. And then finally, major syncretism, which kind of makes sense based on given the cultural tradition of the Sogdians for roleplay reasons. Because if anybody knows Sogdian history like I do, syncretism is very much one of the hallmarks of their traditions, you know, not just culturally but religiously, especially later on in a timeline much after the timeline of Imperator Rome, with all these multiple faiths, beliefs, and practices that came together. Plus, I just want to increase the happiness of unintegrated culture groups knowing that we are a multi-ethnic empire of sorts. So, household gods will be next. So I'm more focused on that. I mean, of course, it's going to hurt the conversion speed of everything. But we're ritualistic. And I would very much like to change towards another religion. Okay, turn around. Head this way. We'll mop up. Rest up here. We're going to be on our way down here to deal with the last of the Trans-Sogdian rebellion. We'll proceed with the mop-up operation up here. Our stability is very high enough. When the war ends, I will indeed switch to Royal Army. So that way we will use levies no more because it's cost us money, manpower, and war exhaustion. In fact, we're about to reach the very max of the war exhaustion. So the hell is, you know, the next likely place to rebel would be these areas out there. Please be gentle, this is our land. Now move quickly before they respawn. Good thinking. The governor of Gandhara, who's still around, and yet your corruption is the reason why there's been a lack of loyalty over there in Gandhara as of late. But I could become friends with him. But at the same time, I could force the retirement on him, then yeah. It's power base versus corruption. And it should also be kept well in mind that I am 42 years old, wife's 39, and we've not had a single child together. Which is very unfortunate because she's a victorious consort. But I'm much better at martial. I could remarry if I want to, but you run the risk of, oh my goodness. All these old Ossorans. Unless they have children of their own, then we'll figure things out from there. We're trying to come on down there fast. Alright, get back to Bactra. Sending our professional army back down there. While we'll finish up with this rebellion. And meanwhile, well, Persis is handling this. They're gonna take the area where a rebellion occurred. It'll be alright. Stop right there. Please liberate. And then we'll finally put all this behind us. All back under our control. Our enemies deserve no quarter. This makes me a little more popular. Head back to Bactra. This is what happens when you have max war exhaustion. It's just more population unhappiness. Popularity doesn't go down, but the huge benefit of that is more monthly military experience. And we'll be disbanding the levies very, very soon. Finally. One last territory, then we can all go home. And of course that makes us vulnerable to foreign attacks now, because we are exhausted by wars and all that. And this would also puts a hold on our plans to conquer the rest of the Indus Valley. Ah yes, Carmania has been captured by them. But let me switch that. It belongs to Persis. As it should be. Meanwhile, what UZ culture? I see no UZ culture. I mean, if they are, then it's got to be a very small population of them. Let me see. UZ. Numbers, dummy. There they are. There's only 5 of them. Yeah, all 5 of you. No quarter. Okay. The levies will finally be disbanded. Look at all this military experience we're all getting. After years of war. So, on the levy of Sogdia, 3.59. Himalaya 1.68. Scythia 1.68. Bactriana, the most battle-hardened, 1.37. Gandhara 3.84. And Modu 1.34. Well, you fought very well, gentlemen. Thank you for saving our nation from certain doom. We can never repay you. Hey, it's supposed to be disbanded. Come on. Everybody can go now. We'll wait till the movements are locked. Are out of lock. Come on, keep disbanding these levies. You're all supposed to go now. Is that all? Yeah, that's all of them. Now all we need is to replace nearly 6,000 men, and it will take less than a year to refill them all. Then we'll start getting our manpower reserves from then on out. Wait for a month to register. And we're going to start getting our war exhaustion down now. Most likely place to rebel is down there. So you should be stationed over there for the time being. There you go. Threat of civil war. Scorned family. Deployed to Tribune. You are disloyal to me now. That's rather dangerous. Well, since I have a lot of money, I can reward these veterans for increasing his power base. Can't do that again until 2 years. A bit corrupt. I mean, I need the army. So I'll befriend you for everything that you did for us. Well, a good portion of the country, especially future expansion, is nothing but, you know, higher terrains, except down in the Indus Valley. The alternative is, look up the Indian ones, Indian Kingdom in particular. I mean, our heavy infantry is particularly effective. Free province investments is nice. It's all archer intensive. And when we make newer armies in future, you know there will be a time where heavy infantry is going to be the main thing for us. I mean, we already adopted this, but this levy size multiplier that we had, that kind of helped us out there in this stage of these warring years that happened in Sogdia that devastated us. So I think we need more heavy infantry. The war host of the Empire. Densely populated areas in northern India allowed for the recruitment of vast armies. The knowledge that every foot soldier is part of an invincible war machine inspires our troops to heroic acts of legacies. So we're actually going to start going down this route from now on, where it's going to be all about heavy infantry morale. Next time, more heavy infantry defense, and then well, I'm kind of indifferent about that. Maybe I should just get this and then move on to the next. Like, say, one of these. That's all war elephant. Well, then over there, that's all naval related. Whereas the Scythian military traditions, I mean, we do have plenty of cavalry. So perhaps this would have been much more beneficial if we'd gone that way. But nevertheless, we have the army back under our control, and they're gonna go as ordered. Hey. You could finally stop acting all scorned. You need to get back to our side. He's loyal to us, but I want him to stay loyal for the rest of the life. But unfortunately, there's going to be a little more tyranny for this. You know what? Get this next. Get loyal generals, and then return to the oratory focus. You know, out of curiosity, knowing that I'm not going to have children of my own, and should anything happen to me, do any of you are married and have children? No, you do not, for this man. Okay. How about you, blind man? Not you either, and plus it's not good to have blind characters, so logically, it's going to be you, which you do have a spouse, and do have one child. Barely. Hey, if a 40-year-old woman can have it, then look at it. I'll be willing to treat you, just to make you feel a little better, because you might be the future heir to Sogdia. And I'll have my supporters support you, since I am unable to produce an heir. You know, you can stop force marching now. Let your morale recover. Let everyone recover. Let this nation heal. We are what this country needs. Before you go disloyal on me, one of the more neglected parts I'm looking. Freemen are happy now. And let's do that again. Over in Pamir. Well, you are insignificant as far as population is concerned. These are all areas of little significance. Can't build buildings at these slow areas. How corrupt are you? Oh, you're super corrupt. Well, I'm the one that gave you free hands. High chance of success, but of course that makes me more tyrannical for this. But of course this is not going to resolve the population happiness issue because of the war exhaustion. That one's going to take a little more time. Because first you need to be at peace and have a little more zeal. Zeal. Yes. It doesn't matter which one you pick. And you can deal with the loyalties of characters. Go for philosophy focus. Can't change the focus until 5 years. So I was gonna go for this, but I decided no, you're good. You're about to befriend the great general who saved our nation from certain doom. And which from now on is to be posted here in case the rebellion breaks down. But I would say I have no choice but to give them local autonomy, just to try to slow down. And by increasing their happiness, I mean it may help just to try and slow it down. Or just something that we should all be doing. To be real honest. Is to give more local autonomy. So plus, man's near death. Well, he's gonna be around a few years. As soon as he catches an illness, then he's a goner. Down here is all good, despite the corruption. Commission a sculpture in his honor. Money's not the issue here. But hey, if you keep it very high stability, the population will be happy. Not to mention all the research you'll be getting, but I still am determined to change one of its laws. In which we can do that, to be able to raise unrestricted number of legions, but maximum manpower used to be 40,000 plus, but now it's reduced to 31,000 as a max because of many populations were killed during them, especially in some of the major population areas, especially in Fergana, which was a very valuable one, but just a little. Oh. Should I or should I not? Like, I kind of don't want to do that until I have a much more manpower reserve, because if I was to form a second army, a second legion, I would do it at Bactriana. And I wasn't be able to befriend him. I'll keep an eye on you. least he isn't charismatic. Well, the Six Navies isn't going anywhere. Decrease the pay. Ah, yes, I remember. Cambodia, yes. I wanted to integrate with them for some time. So let's improve relations again. And when that expires, I'll send you a gift, and then we're golden. What's the Persian Kingdom doing? They are retaking Babylonia. They're finally gonna take this back. But can they do it before another civil war breaks out again? But I believe they will. They will retake Babylonia. That's a very good population center to have. Back to normal speed. Some say throughout Sogdia there is one constant. The deeds and the characters of Seladuva on the Alpha from the villas of the capital to the shabbiest border town. Seladuva has risen to great prominence in position as a public servant and aristocrat. There was legendary private sorties, as the ear of everybody worth knowing in Samarkand. He could no doubt make a useful domestic ally. Add a fake address. You will be here one day, don't you worry. I'll find ways to give you my support. Because you're the only one that has a family out of all of us. Which I'll anoint you here. Although many support him, which I don't like that man. He's trouble. But he's got arthritis. May the gods take him, and he'll be out of my hair. In fact, he will. In future. And plus, what do you do these days? Oh, you're the master of the guard, I see. And you do have plenty of statesmanship experience, but you are sponsoring games to get your popularity up. That's good. Again, I will name you successor soon. Rather than Chuzek. But Chuzek doesn't have a family of his own. And he's, you know, depressed. But as for you, you're pretty good all around. Not to mention you're ambitious. I like that. Original thinker, scholar. Hell, why aren't you a commander to the One Armies? Maybe perhaps whenever in the future we form the army of Bactriana, you should be the one to lead it. You know, to represent our family. But remember, if you were to do that, it's gonna cost you some legitimacy and political influence for this, but... Again, I had to take the zero focus just to increase that skill so I could get the war exhaustion down faster. Because I fear, you know, all these places that's gonna be rebelling and will rebel again. Which one has a city? Here. Okay. You gotta be careful when you give away trade goods like that. Apparently, this city of Andatsa and Parapsada, I guess during the time of the rebellion, they were building a city for us. So, now there's a new city, and it will now produce dyes. That's good, but the problem is, actually it's wintertime, don't worry about that. Food always goes down during wintertime. Local noble happiness. Okay, now that there's a new city, we can take advantage of this by building more court of laws. And then have a grand temple afterwards. I would love to build a fortification there. So yeah, brand new city. And I didn't even need to spend my money or influence on that. Kandara, it's part of Bactra. Switch that governor policy to something that would encourage trade, just to slow down on the food in a province. In fact, give them some grain. You know, there's no shortage of grains around here. Just need to give these people food. Give them that. And this place had a recent rebellion, so we'll build a fortress here. Just to make sure that doesn't happen again. And we finally will fill up all the manpower that the main army needs, and we'll finally start restoring our manpower reserves. So at the moment, rebellion is unlikely in certain provinces. We're still in a recovery period. He's depressed. Just leave the bastard alone, alright? Always happy to have more pops. Same rival as ruler. Don't worry. I'll name you heir sooner or later. Get this up a little more. More zeal, faster the war exhaustion will go down. Again, you can't switch it back anytime soon. Because I would love to get down to that. Maybe master diplomacy. But there's still time for that. Ah. Well, they've done it again. Another civil war in Persia. You sad sacks. Could change that now. No need to migrate to here. I mean, my goodness, we already have a metropolis, and what are these people gonna do? I guess they encourage trade because population is so large that you would think the food would be siphoning. It doesn't hurt to bring and run their library. Unless you want another commercial district. Yeah, get another library. Why not? A cousin belonging to one of the lesser branches of the family has become embroiled in a scandal at court. According to an eyewitness, the youth managed to publicly shame himself in an incident involving a slave and a malicious rumor. Let the family handle it. It's family matters. Next month, then we'll begin the integration of Cambodia. It'll be at 5 years. Again, anything that would be good for these, that's why we want those resources. And plus, they've really made a lot of improvements to that. So, integrating you in with us, that would definitely help Gandhara in the long run. Pushkalavati is this city we're looking at, yes. I would like for you to bleed him dry, but obviously that will not do. Oh, Governor. Amalia. Right, I need somebody who is... Oh, gee, that's way corrupt. Oh, you are a minor character, but you'll do. What? I got my eye on you. I'll give you free hands. For now. Until you become so corrupt that I'll have to get rid of you. Because that's how the law of the land works. You're gonna assassinate my wife? Are you crazy? What are your chances of succeeding in that? 12%. Finally, the Governor of Gandhara is dead. Good riddance to bad rubbish, I say. Anytime you point these to somebody. Harsh treatment will work. So. God says fine. Least populated city out there. Give the freemen something. Not enough. Citizens contribute to the unrest more. That's something that should be kept well in mind when it comes to provincial loyalties. It's the citizens who are the real troublemakers, not slaves. And now I got a disloyal army again, because somebody actually inspired them to do so. God damn you. See what you made me do? I had to bribe you. Somebody's been bribing you? Well, I'll bribe you back. I'll pay you more. The monthly research. Very, very, very good. And also we're about to level up here in about a month or so. And now household gods. Now it costs less to found more cities, if we wish to. And then in future, in about 5 years or so, we will have, you know, this, and most importantly, this. Unintegrated culture group happiness is what I really want. But does that really matter? Like when you look at somebody like the, you know, those who are not integrated. Like the Ionians, for example. Like how does that affect them? Regarding of, you know, one's happiness, I mean, most of them are Ionians. But this is part of that capital region, talking about Sogdiana, so they don't matter. Or what about, you know, the other ones, like these Bactrians? Or better yet, the... What are those other Aryan populations that we should be concerned about that are more numerous than the others? In fact, look that up. Regarding culture groups, Aryans. Who are the most numerous of the Aryans? Gandharis. Second being Purans. Purans. Looking at you, for example. Oh, actually, this is not a good example. Up here. There we go. Up here. Dominant culture is not integrated culture. I mean, that's pretty obvious. And this is the one that's going down pretty fast here. Unless you want to do something about that. But to be fair, most of them are Hindus. And if I were a Hindu, they'd be happy with me. Can't win them all unless you go on a major conversion spree. There's another festival here in Samarkand. We've heard rumors of a summer festival originating Judah, as our two nations get along with one another. This could be a chance for us to come together and celebrate a festival together and get to know each other better. No, it's always been a festival for just our people. And don't forget, high stability is another good reason for Conflation. And also trying to get the war exhaust down at the same time so we can get everybody on our side. I'm trying to fix everything, but it's going to take a while at the same time that we recover our manpower. And spending like a sailor on certain things that I want built. Aha! You didn't read too much on that. Look again at Sakala as an example. Look at the pop info. Those that live here. Sort by happiness. And these are... well, slaves are always going to be unhappy no matter what. I'm talking about this. You, for example. Your reason? I understand the military reforms. And the war exhaustion. You see? This is what's affecting everybody, and this is what's going to cause provincial rebellions on certain places in the future if we don't get our act together. And also, the governor is not of those people's faith, obviously. But he accepted rights and minor syncretism, which is why we're going for major syncretism in future. It's to make everybody happy there, for the unintegrated cultures. I am solving this problem, but it's gonna take a few years. Unless we get lucky that one of our researchers has a major breakthrough. Look at you. You're working overtime. I wish I had a better researcher right now, but that will not be the case. what can we, National citizen happiness would be great, but... Okay, now we do. There we go. The quality of life will improve. Sergeant discipline. Loyalty of characters. Get more fruit. Precious metals is what's going to make some of them happy. Although it'll definitely slow them down. Of just about every single citizen you can think of. See, we're turning things around now. That's for build costs. Well, we've been building things. Ongoing rebellion, obviously, that's what's causing it. Actually, there's something I kind of want to do I haven't done in a long time since I've been so building intensive. There is another way to get things improved. Big time. On certain areas you care about the most. Sogdian Emporiums. That's the answer. Didn't we have an Emporium down there, or am I crazy? No, but I recall you have one in Texula, correct? Level 2 regional center of trade. Now let me remind you people. Sogdian Emporium. Check yourself, dummy. That's cost you this much and it doesn't cost too much. But we have to look at Samarkand as an example again of what Sogdian Emporium does. That's for local tax and local based trade routes. If we have more trade routes of certain provinces, we can import more things that would help them. Especially in certain places. Like Sakala, for example. Get more trade routes to try to get these folks happier. So that's the answer. Establish a Sogdian Emporium down in Sakala. A to Z. Sakala. Sakala. S-A-S-A-S-A-S. Is that not an option? You could do that to Alexandria Scotta, which would earn us even more money than it needs to be. But I'm talking about areas that are more, you know, important. Okay, what about Madra? If we can't do Sakala. Madra. There it is. But check back one more time. Where is Sakala? I see Sibai, that place that I've been investing quite some time on. Okay, Madra it is, and that's also one of the centers of trade there. put it here. This place is going to have a Sogdian Emporium. Reduces population output temporarily while upping the trade routes. And you can do that again in another 10 years, which I'll put that down in Civi. Which that one isn't, you know, being so severe on that. But I'll tell you what, I got spare. So I go influence. Love to import more things. Screw it. I mean, it's certainly not like the Alexandria over there, but I consider this place is important to me. Only because I like the location regarding the geography. One way in, and then when there's a siege and an army gets in, no way out. It's just out of convenience than anything. Always happens. Sibe. Just keeps on going down while we recover the manpower till we are recovered enough where I will change that law to start forming multiple legions, with the second army being Bactriana. And it should be led by this man here, who I will support him as heir in future when the war exhaustion gets down low enough. And then we'll start dealing with... Oh, you have another child. You got Kach and you got Oshan. Alright, 2 children it is then. You're a man for the job, even though you are the master of the guard. You are the man of what this country needs. Yeah, there's not too many citizens that's been giving them problems. Yeah, it does have a phone. Give them these. There you go. Every little bit helps. If I was to make another Metropolis, I'd like to have this here, even though it's not one of the centers of trade. It's part of Gandhara. As we look at it again, it's Madras, Sakala, Takshila. Obvious is obvious. I never liked the bastard. And another part of the rationale, why have a second army? It's just in case if one gets disloyal. That's the rationale behind that. That didn't take long. Well done. See, everybody's starting to turn around now. If we can only get rid of corrupt governors, and we're golden. We received word that from our chief builders that a new Sogdian Emporium has been completed. Even now, mere days after the construction is finished, hundreds of citizens flock to this new district, where the chaotic sights and smells of the market, exotic spices wafting through the crowded streets of tiny shops selling grilled meat and pottage. Loud voices arguing over prices next to booths overflowing with stacks of embroidered textiles and fine silk. Bleating of livestock, birds in cages, have overwhelmed all senses. This is wonderful news. See? 3 new import routes for something that these people might need over here. Because we're trying to, you know, stop this potential from occurring. Give them one more. And something for the citizens. Although it won't be enough because Sakala is a troublesome place. You're a bit corrupt, but not too corrupt yet. Fruits. Fruits are rather important, you know. Next time, Sogdian Emporium here. But we're still trying to get the war exhausted down much faster, so population will start, you know, start going our way. Not to mention the most important thing that I would really want is these two here, especially this. Still have that one bastard child long ago. So yeah, never impregnated you. Can't divorce you because you've been good to me during, you know, during a very critical time of war. So that'll get the loyalty of characters around. few populations around. You know the place produces cloth. These two areas here are going to be a risk of rebellion. I mean, a big part of that is a corrupt governor, which he has plotting quietly. Yes, he's so corrupt that I would really want to get rid of him by bringing him to trial. Yikes. How healthy are you? Near death of gout. Okay, never mind. Plus, you got no state ship. You would contribute very little. Depressed, but you'll do. You got some statesmanship. So come on, help us out here. We're about to get those two I want, and this will make a world of difference to all the small provinces with their unhappy populations. Trade agreement with Kucha has yielded a split of return on investment, along with the flow of wealth between our two states, and the movement of peoples accelerating. Our metropolis of Alexandria, Sogdia, blessed with a wave of fresh migrants who believe they'll stand a better chance of building their lives in Sogdia. Who are we to deny them? Strike the earth. Madra is now officially disloyal, so that means I can't do anything about them regarding building buildings. But if we had a little more of these, then I'd be more than happy to get them. Because they're still a tribal vassal, not yet became a client state. Same for them. Avantes and the Greco-Indians. Mixed up Hellenics and Hindus further down. So, may want to get ready. Satagadia will be the place that rebellion is going to occur, and you will be the man to do it. High Priest is disloyal. Oh, they made you part of the family now. Very well then. We're recovering nicely. We haven't done anything too drastic, and that military reforms thing still help us out quite. You become a little selfish lately. But national tax reduction, huh? Not a martial related person. Too young to know. just quiet now, because nothing's gonna happen anytime soon until something interesting happens. At least from my perspective. Pillaged. A group of soldiers belonging to the army of US, as while stationed on a peaceful deployment, scouted the order to pillage a nearby city of Alexandria, Mopping. What is more concerning is the Realist's refusal to punish his legions, as deciding their extreme loyalty is to reason. We are left with the disagreeable position of having to choose between forcing our general to crucify his own soldiers or appearing weak himself. But we can't help but feel that he knows precisely what he is doing. Oh, hell. Must be decimation. He won't like it. Take a drink. Oh, so we have no need for gold. Just keep an eye. But in actuality, I'm mostly interested in just waiting for these to go up, and then we will finally resolve the issue of the unhappiness on the more, rebellious provinces. It says nobody gains a free provincial investment. Are you sure? Oh, I got it. Okay. Again, I've been still wanting to invest more in this city for some time. Not just the city, but this whole province. Because I'd like to turn this into a metropolis as well. Which is going to become my vanity project. It's not in Alexandria, sure, but being next to that city, this kind of complements it. So, if I was to have a third metropolis, it's down here. And one day we'll establish a Sogdian Emporium down there. But all it needs is just, more of the population capacity, which we do have it. It's just it needs something to help with. Let me just think. Provincial loyalty is one thing. But I think another local city building slot is the right idea here. And plus the climate, it's temperate down here, unlike further up north. Closer to the Himalaya. Citizens are happy because we finally got the war exhaustion low enough where they're gonna stop giving us problems. And not to mention, it'll slow down the progress of that. Perhaps we should build a commercial district down there. Household priests. And now we gotta wait one more year, and then we will finally have major syncretism. I'll be a very happy man for this. Eastern Overhaul is another one you gotta worry about, but we're about to have a rebellion soon, so be prepared. Hope you are prepared. 13,000 strong, as much as I would like to expand your army, but they can't be that much of a big of a deal. So you're gonna sit on top where the capital rebellion's gonna be. So we're counting down. Samtish finally died. He was the admiral. Yes, yes, I know. I know the family is scorned and everything. You'll have your supporters and all that. But do not worry. I will name you heir. But sometimes I wish you would get rid of that corruption, otherwise I would have done something to you. Let's just put one of the lackeys of our family in the army. So that we don't have the job. And he's frail too. And of not the right culture. Actually, look at that again. Not only of not the right culture, but also wrong religion. He's a Zoroastrian. Much as I would like to be. Oh, you'll be fine. I want you to annoy Bahamon. Oh, but you got children, Rika? No. You do have your supporters, yes. You should be the rightful heir. I will anoint you as such, because you have a family. There are many traditions to observe in the Sogdian Kingdom, where naming a designated successor. But even for a ruler, it's hard to know what will happen after death. Perhaps that is why the coronation of Bahamon was undertaken with such fervor, pomp, and ceremony. The high and mighty in the kingdom, as well as representatives of the priesthood, have all gladly sworn fealty to him as their ruler. There are some, however, who consider all ceremonies superficial, as Nanaidat will remain the ruler of this country after all. If Nanaidat, not an heir apparent, you mean Bahamon. Nada. Sogdian culture will like that. So, if anybody that doesn't like that decision, well then, do something about it. Look up the disloyal characters. It's that damned Truzek, who's got very poor health. He's got diphtheria and he's depressed. Oh, he'll be gone soon before even a possibility of a civil war would even be a occurrence. Yeah, don't worry about that. We're not up to population capacity. I'm willing to invest in that again. Civilization effort. Just to have a slight increase on the migration speed. Because this is the place to be. No threat of civil war. Everybody shut the damn mouth. All except you. Oh, that's the Chuzek of the Admiral. Okay. Here we are, rebellion. Unfortunately, you're an exiled army. Does anybody else want to join the rebellion? They're all still with us. Plus, didn't we have a road that leads to there? Let's see. Yeah, you do have a road. We can handle this. Not exiled enough? Okay, there we go. Now remain here. Now reorganize. We're trying to get this morale up faster. So we could go kick their can. You got one more month. And you're gonna have to go deal with him. This is gonna be another disloyal area. In fact, switch that. Harsh treatment, so they'll rethink that. We want those people, like, I know they're going to be driven out, but they're going to have to come here. The prime farmland granted the veterans of battle civil recognition of service to Sogdia. Sometimes, however, the lower battles of glory could prove too much for those unaccustomed to a life of manual labor. The recent bad winter has caused those working in the fields to up and leave, able to find better work in our armies, leaving a vast tract of arable land unclaimed. We have reappropriated the better to service our flourishing state. To every cloud, that's in Kirapolis. That's part of Sogdia, so don't worry about disloyalty of anything. There we go. Forward march. The Kara of Bactriana. We're gonna box them in there. Yeah. It'll do. Use bottleneck. It's your best tactic. We picked the right tactic for the job. We gotta take 2 forts in order to defeat the rebellion. So this has to go down first. Ah! Popped my neck for it. Keep an eye on those two. Because they are the future. Oh, and by the way, Baruman, who are you related to? Artaxerxes. Yeah, you are from the line. That's the new one. The collapse of the Nuria. And now, Eastern Europe's a mess. But if you want to use modern terminology, it's balkanization. Just be glad that Sogdia wasn't balkanized. Because we're not tribal. Royal Tutor. Corrupt but loyal, but you'll have to do. God dog it. of course, after this rebellion, here we go. Most important thing we've been waiting for. Major syncretism. Whereas once all our people worship together, our nation is now populated by people of various faiths, beliefs, and practices. It is time that we look seriously at adopting various aspects of major foreign religions and create a system whereby all may serve by our faith. This will further reduce the population conversion speed to religion, but not of culture. But this will definitely help big time for the unintegrated culture group happiness. Ups the almond power as well. That is a major difference maker. I hope so. Because when you look at places like over here, at the pop info, for example, of a citizen, 41% happiness. We just gotta, well, the major, God darn it, speak! The military reforms thing, where is it? It's gonna go away in a couple of years, and it'll be a lot more easier to run a multi-ethnic empire. It'll be a lot easier from then on out. And makes provincial rebellions less likely. But they could keep their religion, whatever it may be. No, not until we have this back. That's another family head, and that's one of my rivals who are now gone. Chancellor. There you are. Captured an enemy. You are going to be heading there as ordered. Decimated army. Though he's still ailing a bit. Cambodia is now integrated. So, let me see, you talented people who are obviously have to be healthy. Unless I can treat you. Well, actually, no, we can't treat you in time, so not another. How about you? You're an open man. And you are ailing with inflammation treatable. Get Udayan in, and everyone can just go away now. That's because he's this slow at the moment, and he's a rival to my consort. You know. So now we have all this. We don't need this. This loyal province of Gandhara, of course. Why wouldn't it be? But anyways, as ordered. Take the capital of rebellion, and then we'll end this episode. Axiates, Governor of Gandhara. we can, well, obviously, Pandachananda, this place here. They're not gonna like what I'm about to do here. So the debt, the treason must be paid in blood. So we need a new governor of Gandhara. Somebody more loyal and rest corrupt. Actually, you represent these people. You be the governor. You got great statesmanship. You represent these people. Oh, I got my eye on you. I'll even bribe you. Maybe. Oh, he's actually corrupt. He's going to be corrupt no matter what. All I can say is, okay, people, you're going to be happy about this because you got yourselves a Hindu running things now. Let me bribe you for once, so you can stay on our side. All the more reasons why we gotta create a new army. Which we'll do that in the next episode. So let's just wrap up this episode by take over this Kir capital, and then we win the rebellion, and all that. Here? Are you stupid? Status quo, son of a beeswax, you're prolonging the inevitable. Anyways. You don't have to worry about this too much. Except for a Hindu who's crafty. Governor of Maru, who's also very corrupt. But I guess we can remove this miser. We're just cleaning and taking out the trash, basically. I want somebody who can help out here. Okay, this is part of Maru here. And this is the southernmost part of Gandhara. Keep that well in mind. That's it. I really want those people coming here. As I said, this place is going to be a vanity project. So I'm encouraging people to come down here. Oh, that reminds me of something else entirely. If I were to found colony, where's it going to go? Aristocrat. Where? Type that. Aristocrat. Up there. What are these Avantis doing up there? Well, of course, that means I'd be sending a bunch of Sogdian peoples to that France, but I'd rather send them down there. But we can't do that now, can we? Well, what about the Greco-Indians? Also in a province where it's dominant, which has room for our settlers. Okay, that ain't it. Theater of Masaka. City. City. Isn't that from the places that we recently... Yeah, it's up there. What the heck? Oh, not again. No, god damn it! What are you doing? What do I have to do to get you on our side? Reducing a power base. I'll even grant you a holding factor. You can have this. How dare you break away? Stay here and do as you ordered. You were supposed to take that place, and that's final. You are prolonging the inevitable, and now we have to start all over again. Since you broke away from this siege. Damn it, man. See what you did? I'll even have to replace you off of command with somebody more loyal. Like this man. Just for that. Angry. Right then. They are not giving you anything. We want the whole thing back. And yes, we are lacking in food because we have starved this place out. And Eastern Overhaul is going to be the next place where next rebellion will occur. So once you're done with this, get up here as quickly as you can, and it will be up there as such. So all that will occur in the next episode. Now get to stepping to Timmins. Because there's so much negativity going on now. Rebellion's about to break out in Eastern Overhaul. And I was never a popular ruler. Just go for the lesser option. So we'll end this episode on January, as it's been past 2 hours now. With threat of civil war looming because of this one man who served with distinction, but that man just can't help himself. I would love to reduce his power base a little further, but he's the head of the family, unfortunately. Confident too. That's what makes him as such. And so we hope you people have enjoyed this episode, because we have recovered from this very devastating war, and then unfortunately this is going to be the era where we're going to be plagued by provincial rebellions that will break out in one area and then over into another, and then potentially down there. So security is going to be the main issue here. And also coming soon in the next episode, we will finally have a royal army where we will be forming more legions. Because, you know, we need something that will, you know. So obviously, 2nd Legion will be Bactriana, and if need be, 3rd Legion, Gandhara. So we'll be forming more armies, and that means we gotta give more people more jobs, even if they're also rants. But anyways, so we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.